I'm about to cover it.
All right, welcome to another episode of Gym Crashers Live. My name is Dondo, my main man, and co-host Miguel.
What's up? How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. That was a very nice introduction. I like that. And we have a very special guest here with us tonight. I'm so glad to have her. Met her recently at the 10th Planet headquarters for the EBI trials.
Yeah.
Is that what that was? Yeah, that's
Yeah,
exactly
the
what that
qualifiers.
was. Qualifiers. There is the word I was looking for. But Dawna Gonzales.
The lovely Dawna Gonzales.
Yes.
Oh, thank you so much. Hi.
And she represents Matt Therapy,
Yes.
10th Planet, does acting voiceovers, and has some nutritional stuff, too, that
Yeah.
we just kind of broke into that's kind of amazing. So a lot to talk about.
So much.
Yeah.
Where do we start? What are we doing?
Man, I don't
Thanks
even
for
I don't
having
even
me.
know because I want to make sure I cover everything. So I don't want to go in the wrong direction. But we'll start with meeting you at the qualifiers, and we were so welcomed at the 10th Planet headquarters right off of
That's right.
Yeah.
10 Freeway there in downtown.
On Grand.
Is it on Grand? Okay,
Grand
on
and
Grand.
Pico.
That's
That's
right.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Starbucks on the corner. Things are good,
Yep.
happening. I
Liquor
loved
store
it.
on the other corner.
That's right.
Yep.
Can't live
That
without
liquor
that.
store is, it's got some good stuff in there.
That's
Go there
right.
For Mentos and mints, and every once in a while I
And
need
40
tape.
ounces.
Yeah. Every once in a while I need tape and run over there.
Very cool. So it seems like you're the team mom there, for
I
lack
am.
of a better term, because you run things. So if you want to do anything at that headquarters office, you got to talk to Donna first. So
I'm the
how
one to
does that
talk to.
happen?
Really, it was because I was Eddie's first female student at HQ. There were other ladies that trained with him, but I'm the first one that has been there and stuck around and been at HQ. And so it was just, hey, Donna, can you do this? Hey, Donna, can you do? Hey, Donna, can you take care of this? So
You're
I
the
just,
go-to.
I automatically just became the team mom because I was always like, well, Donna can do it. Ask Donna. I don't know, Donna, she'll take care of it.
Yeah.
If somebody call Eddie to do something, I don't know, call Donna.
Yeah.
So
Very
that's
cool.
what happened. And then it's been almost 11 years, and
I was going to say, how many years does that mean? So
Yeah.
we're looking at like 2008, 2007-ish,
Yeah.
somewhere in there.
I joined Legends MMA in 2007, and I was doing kickboxing. And I remember seeing the classes after kickboxing, and somebody tried to teach me a single leg once, and I was like, I am never going to need that information in my life. What do you want me to do?
Sure. It just
I'm like,
doesn't
that's
process
not,
at that
yeah,
time.
I'm like, I don't need it. So then I became friends with more people in the gym, and they're like, yeah, you know that guy that trains after kickboxing, he's like famous. People come from all over the world to train him. And I was like, that dude?
Even at that time. That's like
Yeah.
11 years ago,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So then one day after class, another girl and I were just sitting around. We were like wearing tank tops and shorts, and she was like, "Hey Eddie, can we take your class?" And he was like, "Yep, let's go." And we got on the mats that night, and
Very cool.
I never left.
That's
That's
a wild
cool,
story.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Going
Yeah.
back that far, I mean, I know who he is today. We all know that, his relationship with Joe Rogan and,
Yeah.
the everything that goes on. I mean, yeah, huge name. The music stuff. I mean, there's
Yes.
so many different avenues we could go.
He's a comedian now.
Yes, and a stand-up comedian. Absolutely
wow.
right. Yeah, absolutely.
He's at
on
the comedy
tour.
store all the time. He's on tour. Yeah.
he's doing it. It's
Yeah.
the for real deal. But back then, yeah, that makes sense, though. I mean, walking in, girls, not sure what was going on. So what did you think? You take the first class, and all of a sudden, jujitsu's the light bulb that went off? Or?
Especially since his jiu-jitsu was
Yeah.
already not normal. if you
Well,
would.
see,
Yeah.
I
You know
didn't
what I'm
know
saying?
that.
Okay.
I
okay.
did. So
That's the only
Eddie was
jujitsu
my.
she knew.
It's true. That was my first introduction to jiu-jitsu. I thought everybody did no-gi. Like I
Yeah,
didn't.
yeah.
I didn't realize there was such a divide in like how people thought about it. So
Sure.
I thought it was cool. Like all the guys that were training were really cool. The girl that I started with, she had a crush on one of the guys that would just like show up every night.
It's
and
always
it was,
the case.
You're right. It was just it
Welcome
was a lot
to
of
the
fun.
dojo.
Yeah.
And I found, honestly, I found community. Like, these guys welcomed me into their fold just so quickly and openly, and was, like, so cool. And it was all about, oh, what can I teach you? And do you guys think this is fun? And it was just such, like, the first time in my life I felt like I belonged somewhere. And so that's why I kept coming back every night.
Sure.
And it was probably about, I don't know, maybe, like, 4 or 5 months in, I remember I started dreaming about jiu-jitsu. And I remember coming in really excited to tell Eddie.
Oh,
I'm like, oh my God, I've been dreaming about like what you taught me.
Yeah.
And, you know what I mean?
So
and
was I in it?
technique.
Was I in
What color
No,
gi did I
he
wear?
thought it was really cool. He was like, "Oh, that's awesome," because I was like, "Look, I was attacking somebody in my dream, and it was blah, blah. And it was so cool." So yeah, I really just fell in love with the people, and I didn't know that we were the weirdos, right?
Okay. Yeah,
because
yeah.
that was my only. I have a very specific filter. So I remember being like a bona fide white belt. I was in for probably like 6 months, and I was in an MMA fight, and this guy started like an argument with me over the gi, and I was like,
You're all,
What the hell is a gi?
I was like, why are you arguing with me? I'm like, I don't know anything. I'm a white belt. And I'm like, but I don't care because like this is jujitsu. And it was the conversations that I heard Eddie have with other people and how he would talk to me about it. Like, this is jujitsu. So I didn't have the same, I didn't even feel the need to get defensive towards other people because I was just like, what do you guys, what?
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
Didn't know there was a war going on.
Yeah.
I've been in this country the whole time.
Well, and Eddie doesn't trash talk anybody. I don't know if you guys have ever noticed that about him, but in the 11 years that I've known
He's
him,
a positive thinker, right?
Eddie doesn't trash talk anybody.
Yeah.
He has respect for everybody in the sport, and really that's what he imparted on me. Like, everybody in the sport I have such respect for. If you do this, like, we're the lucky ones. So
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
step on the
I
mat
feel that way
and
every
you
day.
get to do jujitsu. I have nothing but love for you. I don't
Yeah.
care what form you do it in. Like, whatever makes you happy, do that.
It's great.
Nice, for
Yeah.
sure.
That's a refreshing point of view. And maybe that we can attribute a lot of his success to the fact that he is just a positive dude, right?
He really is.
And help push people forward.
Yeah.
You know, because it's not
He's
just
got
him.
some quirky views, but
Yeah, oh, he's definitely hilarious about some things. Yes, I hear some stuff.
But
and it
we
blows
love
me
him
away.
for it, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's very cool, and that's good to hear because you always hear the other side of things. There's so much trash out there that
Yeah.
who wants to deal with that? So
anytime I've ever said anything about the gi has been really in all fun.
yeah.
You know, I've never been like, oh, you do the gi, you suck.
Have you put on a gi?
Have I ever put on a gi?
I'm just curious.
I'm
Just
trying
since your
to
game
think.
is no gi.
Well, I'm really good friends with Rose Gracie.
Yes.
And she keeps
I
threatening.
love Rose. I've been out there to
to-
Cucamonga,
Yep.
you know?
I taught there for a while.
I had no idea.
I did.
What a trip. I went to the winery right there. It was killer.
Yeah. Did Rose have me put? She taught me how to tie my jujitsu belt.
Wow.
And
That's a great
she keeps
person to teach you to
threatening-
tie a belt,
Exactly.
right? Come on.
She keeps threatening to take me to train with her dad. And I'm like, you got to do it too. I'll put on a gi anytime that your dad will teach me. That sounds
Yeah.
amazing.
Isn't that
but
amazing?
you got to
Yeah.
do it with me. So, yeah.
Her dad's Horian Gracie, right?
Yes, her dad is Horian Gracie.
Wow.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Now, she's over there still. I don't recall her moving out of Cucamonga, right?
Actually, she
still-
did. She's in
Oh,
Long
she
Beach
did.
now.
Okay,
Hi,
so-
Rose.
Hi, Rose Gracie.
Yeah.
I know I read somewhere that you were moving. I wasn't sure
Yeah.
because it wasn't that long ago that I visited there, and
She moved up.
probably a month
like,
ago.
Less.
Early-
Probably like 2 weeks ago.
Okay, so
Yeah.
this is all fresh and new. Cool. So she's in our neighborhood. Well, between
Yeah,
you and I.
that's
so
right.
Maybe we'll get her on.
We
That'd
can
be
all
kind of cool.
meet for
I would
chocolate
love
chip
that.
cookies
I
and
would-
tacos.
You had me at chocolate chip cookie.
Right.
You sold me
And
at
wine.
tacos.
Or
Wine,
she's
well,
Brazilian, and
forget
she's
it.
a vegetarian. We can meet for
We're on the
acai.
The Dondo boat's going
Yeah.
out, Rose. We're heading out with these
Let's do
guys.
it.
We'll do it in Long Beach.
She'll bring acai.
I'll
It'll be
love.
fun.
Oh, Jesus. It's a done deal. Sold. But again, so have you rolled with anyone wearing a gi? Just curious, because I realize you roll
Yeah.
a lot and intensively, especially with the rubber guard.
Yeah. Yeah.
And how does that feel when someone's wearing a gi? No
Well,
difference?
I roll with people who wear gi pants every night. There's
Of
plenty of
course.
guys that wear gi pants,
Yeah.
but no, I've never even.
jacket-
Not actually like the full
No,
on.
I've never rolled with anybody wearing a gi. I remember once working at Gracie Nationals for Rose.
Okay.
And a girl, this was when I was a purple belt and she was a purple belt, and she showed up and she didn't have any competitors. And I was like, look, I'll give you a match. It was gi day. And she was kind of upset. She was like, I won't go down. I don't feel right going down and competing against blue belts. And I was like, well, I'll give you a match, but you have to take off your gi top and we'll have a no gi match. And she was like, oh, okay, cool.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah.
Well, that's nice of you.
That was nice of you.
Yeah.
I'm curious of how that went, but I think I already know.
She armbarred me. I was also
Oh, I thought it was going to be quite the
no.
opposite.
I was I might have been hungover, and I was like, so I'm just warning you.
I love that you go to tournaments hungover.
I was working at
my
the
kinda
tournament.
girl.
Yeah, if
I
I give
love
you a
this.
commitment to be somewhere, I will be there. No matter what form I show up in, but I will be there.
I'm the same
So-
guy. I'll be there.
Yeah.
Maybe not mentally,
gonna be
but
in
I'm
best
going to
form.
physically be there.
So I was like, hey, just so you know, I'm slightly hungover.
Yeah.
If I puke on you, totally your fault. So somebody had somebody was live streaming just around the matches, and I get a text from my husband, and he's like, Are you competing right now? And I was like, yeah, I had a match.
Very
it didn't
cool.
really
You
go
should
well.
have
with
just
my
hair
favor.
on the dog it and real quick. And, you
I know, I
that's-
should have.
Exactly what
Done a
I
shot.
was doing.
Yeah.
Miguel, run to the store. Here's $2. Get me a
Done
Go
a
to
four.
that
shot.
corner
Yeah.
store over there. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Tall boy.
She was super nice. I was happy to give her the match. I'm always happy to give anybody a match who wants one.
It was very nice
Yeah.
of you. I think it's how we communicate. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Well,
it's
if you
just
show up
something
to a
we do.
competition and you've trained for it and you've paid your money to be in the tournament, like I feel like anybody who can help should step up and do it, because the ladies who are training right now are really lucky.
Yeah.
Because there's so many ladies in the sport.
Yeah.
White belts and blue belts show up to tournaments and they get full brackets, and
Yeah.
that is awesome. But when I started, especially in no-gi, I was lucky if I got one opponent when I showed up to a tournament.
Wow.
Yeah, and they'd be
Yeah,
like,
for
"Oh, you
sure.
guys get to go out 2 out of 3, and maybe you guys are in the same weight class, maybe not." And there just wasn't women competing in no-gi, 10 years ago. So showing up and having any matches, if there's ever anything I can do to help make sure that women have matches at tournaments, or I teach a women's class, anything that I can do to help move this sport along, especially on the side of the ladies, I'm so down for it, because I think this is the best sport in the world. And there just
Agreed.
weren't a lot
Yeah,
of ladies
for sure.
around when I first started.
Yeah.
It's one of the most important sports.
Now there's like an abundance of
Oh,
like
man, it's
bad
awesome.
motherfucker
Yeah.
like ladies.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
And
no,
they-
that's
they're
a
all such
fact.
badasses. Yeah.
Well, we were talking about Maria Rios earlier.
Yeah.
Hello, Maria.
Hello,
Maria.
Maria.
Yes.
Miss you.
And she rolled with us, of course, being a fellow gym crasher, and man, she was an animal.
Yeah.
for
You
sure.
know?
Yeah, for sure.
So not unexpected, but definitely surprised.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, it's always nice,
Yeah.
to be like, "Oh, look at you, knowing
Yeah.
all your techniques."
All
and
that
stuff.
strength, all that power, all that technique. You're an animal. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I get it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of my missions in life has been to get more women into the sport. I have a women's self-defense program. It's called 10th Planet Women's Self-Defense. And
Is that at
it's
headquarters?
a very exciting name. No, we are actually at a Pasadena, 10th
Okay.
Planet Pasadena. My partner, Lila Smaja, her husband is one of the owners of 10th Planet Pasadena. The other owner is Eric Ramey. They're black belts. They're amazing. If you ever get a chance to go train with them, couldn't
I
recommend
think
it
we
more.
briefly spoke to
Yeah.
one of the
There's-
guys. He did.
Compella, he was in the qualifiers.
Okay, that's
Yep.
right. That's right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, he's aside from Eddie, he is probably my main coach.
Okay.
He has cornered me in almost every match I've ever been in.
Oh, nice. Okay.
He's been
Was he in a band with Eddie? Because
yeah, he's in Smoke Surf. Not he wasn't.
But
he
there
is
was a
still
Compella
currently
and something else.
Compella
or-
and the Twister.
That was it.
So Compella and the Twister became Smoke Serpent. So
Got
they are
it.
still bandmates, and he's been my jujitsu brother since the day I stepped on the mats. He's always had my back. Yeah.
Because he kept announcing Compella at the
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
the day we were there, and I was like, hey, is that the
That's
guy
him.
that's in the band with him?
Yep. Totally.
Is that the
So
guy?
he and Lila got married, and Lila has been my main training partner. So I didn't have any women training with me in the beginning.
Yeah.
And she's a lot younger than me. She was doing kickboxing, and I was like, dude, you gotta come do this sport with me.
Crossover,
And
right?
Yeah. And she's like, nah, I'm not into it. And I was like, no, you gotta come do it with me. And then she met Compella, and she was like, okay. she started doing it. So we have this awesome program. After training together for so long, we were like, we should really become ambassadors to this sport, to other ladies, to get other ladies in.
That's so
and
huge.
so we started 10th Planet Women's Self-Defense, and almost every time we give a 6-week course, which we are in the middle of one right now, either one or two women join jiu-jitsu. So we've
cool.
sent
Oh, wow.
women to
Right
gi
on.
schools.
Yeah.
I don't care where you train. Obviously, I'd love for you to train at 10th Planet
Yeah.
after you train with me, but wherever you go,
long as you
I'm
get it.
down. So we've
That's
sent
cool.
people to Legacy, Jean-Jacques Machado's. We've sent them to several 10th Planets all over. So one of my goals and mission in life is to get women into the sport so they can feel how powerful and amazing and how cool the sport is.
But you guys are semi-related to Jean-Jacques and Legacy through Eddie,
Yeah.
right? So
Well,
those are
Eddie got
still
his black
ties
belt
right
from
there.
Jean-Jacques.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what I
Yeah.
thought.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
Wow.
that makes perfect
So
sense.
here's a cool piece of story. Eddie was training under Jean-Jacques, and he was still a brown belt at the time. And funny enough, there wasn't a lot of competition back then, even at brown belt level.
Sure.
So he was
You
competing.
only had so many schools, right?
It's true. So he competed a lot at purple belt. He got his brown belt, and then they decided to go to Abu Dhabi. And
That's the highest part of the
right?
food chain, right?
So he went, and then the famous story. He was the first American to ever tap out Gracie. He tapped out Hoyler. So then he came back, and he tells this story. You can find it on Mastering the System. He came back, and Jean-Jacques took the black belt off of his waist and put it on Eddie.
No way.
wow.
Wow.
So that same black belt, Eddie's telling this story one night, and he goes, I have that belt with me, and he passed it off to Tony Ferguson when Tony won the lightweight belt. So there's a cool piece of history story. Yeah.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Jeez. Wow.
You hear stories about people getting their black belt, and it's always a wonderful experience, I'm sure, for everyone. But that's pretty unique to get it right off.
That's a great story.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
That's heavy. And for him to give it away again,
I
don't know. I'd have hung it on my wall and said, forget
There's a video on YouTube.
It's not going to anyone, but, that's very giving of him.
Yeah, for sure. There's a video on YouTube of Eddie telling that story and giving the belt to Tony. Somebody took credit for it. They put it up on YouTube. That is not their video. That is mine. I recorded it on my phone. You stole my video.
Wow. She's coming after you. You can't steal from Dawna and get away from it. It's just not going to happen.
I'm going to find him.
Yeah. Wow. It's amazing. But, that's crazy. And that was recent.
That was
5 years ago, so right?
No way. That was like a couple
6
years
months ago.
Yeah,
I
was gonna say like maybe at most 1 or 2.
Dang.
Yeah.
Years.
I thought Ferguson was already a black belt. Shows you what I know.
No, Ferguson got his brown belt the night I got my purple belt, and he got his black belt 3 months ago, 4 months ago. I keep. I'm the 10th Planet
really
record
recent.
keeper. I can tell you exactly when he got his black belt because I keep all the 10th Planet
have to keep it
records
on
on my
file.
phone.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Okay,
Wow.
I'll tell you when Tony got his black belt.
All right. Let's see.
Tony
coming up shortly
Ferguson
here.
got his black belt on October
She has a whole
19th,
Excel spreadsheet of
2017. Yeah, I have all the 10th Planet black belts right here.
That's a year
I keep.
ago.
Yeah, it's a year ago.
Okay,
You're right.
that's not
Sorry.
too
Sorry.
bad. I said
That's-
5. I was
okay.
way
I said a year.
Okay,
or
you
two.
guys were much more on
Everything
it than
goes
I
by
am.
quick for me.
So,
But
yeah.
a year ago. It's all good.
It is. We
But,
have 85 black belts in 10th Planet. Yeah.
That is a lot of black belting.
Yeah.
But Dawna is the Jiu-Jitsu Wonder Woman. I don't know if you saw the Wonder Woman on the back of her phone, but that is what she's known as. And the team mom over at headquarters can pull up stats for 10th Planet in an instant.
Yes.
I can't even mess with Google that quick, and she pulled it up on her phone. It's amazing.
Somebody's got to keep track of it.
I love it. That's very cool. So you're over there. You're doing jiu-jitsu. You're teaching at 2 different places, headquarters
Yes.
and Pasadena.
Yes.
And then you got the women's self-defense on top of that.
Yes. Well, the women's self-defense is what I teach in Pasadena.
Okay, that's your focus there. Okay. Very
And then
cool.
at HQ, I teach the kids, and then I sub in for any of the guys who need me to sub for them.
That is
Nice.
all
Yeah.
heart.
So I didn't actually know you guys had moved across the street.
Yeah, we used to be at
Right,
Tap Out,
okay.
which was on Pico and Grand. We literally
Yeah, right
moved
on the
across
corner,
the
right?
street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we 3 years.
Oh, it's been that long? Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it was Tap Out before, but how did that change when it became 10th Planet headquarters? Or was 10th Planet headquarters just in Tap
No, I
Out?
think
It was
at Tap Out, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So we were in Legends originally, and then for several reasons, Legends shut down. We were in 2 different locations with Legends. First, we were on Hollywood and La Brea, and then we moved to Santa Monica and Western. And that's where we were in the 3-story building.
Sure.
I had my massage room there. It was
love
cute.
that.
It was connected to a pole dancing studio.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah, B-Spun.
Is that
It's a
place
great-
vacant? Let's go there.
B-Spun still exists. They are awesome and amazing. Those ladies are ridiculous athletes. You
We
check
need to
them
gym
out.
crash that place.
Yes,
Pole
you really
dancing?
do.
I'll-
Pole
I'll
dancing.
fail. I'll probably knock the pole
They
over.
all compete all over the world. They're
Wow.
crazy good. So then we split ways. Then we were in Burbank for a couple months at 10th Planet Burbank. Then Eddie wanted to come back to LA because he feels like HQ should be like in downtown.
Yeah.
He thinks like
Yeah,
that's
that
a good
makes
place,
sense.
right?
I think he's right. I
Yeah.
think
That
that's
makes sense.
admirable.
Like right in the middle, like
Right
you know
there.
what I'm saying?
Right.
Right.
Should
So
come
then
from LA.
Sure.
that's
Yeah.
how we ended up at Tap Out. And then within 2 years of us being at Tap Out, they started to dissolve their gym, but Eddie didn't want to leave the area. So here we are.
Wow.
Yeah,
There's an empty building across the street.
exactly.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
cool. For sure. And
Yeah.
I liked like the whole layout of it because you just walk in and bam.
Yeah,
Matt.
we
Yeah, that's
really
it.
dug that when we
Yeah,
went in
for
there. It was
sure.
really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Just
Because
matted.
he talks about this often too. So most people think, oh, you want an MMA gym, right?
Yeah.
And for a long time he thought he should be in an MMA gym, and that's. But I guess somebody talked to him and was like, no, dude, you should just straight up jujitsu. So
Just mat the place down.
When we left Tap Out, he was like, we're just having a jiu-jitsu gym. People would ask him, Eddie, can we get bags?
Bags and all
And he
that,
was like,
yeah.
no, we're just doing jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
So that's
Very
what it
cool.
was.
That's
Yeah.
cool. For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, it's
you
cool.
focus on your main thing, your
Yeah.
main,
Yeah.
your shit, and that's
So when
it.
you come to
go for it.
HQ, that's what you get. You're getting jiu-jitsu.
Yeah. No, that's
And
cool.
high level, man, because we were there and there was some stuff going on that I have not seen, right? They pushed
Oh
the
yeah,
envelope.
what? Tell me what something that you were like, what?
Let's see. I cannot remember the gentleman's name. Let me think.
Describe him.
First and foremost,
He
the
was a-
gentleman who won.
right?
That's the
Kyle
guy.
Bame.
Kyle
That's him.
Bame. I was
Kyle
going to say
Bame.
Bone, but
And he shot in,
Yeah,
and it was
it's
like a
spelled with-
30-second submission.
Do you know that? So
Maybe
he
that
won
20 seconds.
For anybody who didn't see it, Kyle Bame. It looks like it's spelled Boehm, but
Yeah,
it's Bame.
Okay.
He won 2 brackets.
Yeah,
he
he did.
won the 185 division to get a spot.
There was
in
another dude that
combat
did,
jujitsu.
that did both of them too.
Correct.
Both of them. I was just
Micah, yes.
Okay.
We got viewers saying they're in love with Dawna. Thank you,
Oh,
viewers.
thanks,
Viewer
hi.
art, thank you.
she's married. Though.
So here's
She is married, so leave her
But
alone.
I like love. You can love me. That's okay. Kyle spent within 2 brackets a total of 4 minutes on the mat. He is a beast.
Yeah. And when he came in that morning, I don't know if I should give this away, but he was hydrating. They were actually.
Oh yeah, he cut.
Right?
That's a big dude to
I
cut down to
know.
185.
Oh, that's
a big dude,
So
yeah.
Scott Ross, who runs the qualifiers, he's a very good friend of mine, and like, so a couple of days before, because I'm nosy, and I was like,
I'm very interested.
yeah, I was like, who's in the? Tell me, give me the lineup. And so he sent me the lineup, and I was like, no, you have a mistake here. There's no way Kyle Bame is getting down to 125, and he was like, he is, and I was like, no, this is
Unbelievable.
wrong. He's doing the 210 one. You're
Yeah.
out of your mind. This guy is giant.
Yeah. He's 6
No,
foot
he's
4,
humongous.
right?
Yeah, he's huge. He's
He
tall.
is
Yeah.
giant. So he actually hired somebody to come and give
They
him
came in.
an IV and rehydrate him because I don't know how he got down to it. I don't know how a couple of our guys did.
Since we're at 10th Planet, I'm all, is
Yeah.
that CBD or is that just hydration?
No,
You
he
know
was
what I mean?
hydrating.
Yeah.
Matt Spencer, who's a pro
'Cause
fighter.
if it's CBD,
is-
put it in me.
Do you know who I'm talking about? Matt
Yeah,
Spencer,
yeah,
the big
yeah.
black
He was
guy?
yoked.
Dude,
Yoked.
that's the other one that I'm like, this list is wrong.
Yeah.
Matt Spencer is gigantic.
How can
Why
they
is he
drop that much
185?
water
I don't
weight?
know. It's a guy thing.
Right?
And now, because they're
I
young.
can't do that.
I don't know. Well,
You know.
I think
I'd die.
below 30, they
I
could
feel- yeah,
cut a
yeah.
lot of water.
Oh, under
I don't
30,
know,
yes,
yeah.
yes. I'm
Not
almost
me.
double that.
I
but
can't.
yes.
Like, I only when it comes to water, I'm like, 4 to 5 pounds is my limit.
Right?
Yeah.
That's just craziness. And
I
then
gotta
they're
diet
big
down.
dudes, and
Yeah.
they perform at such a high level.
Man, they're all
After that
such
fluctuation, my brain wouldn't be right.
Those
Okay, you
guys
said the other guy's
beasts.
name is Micah, right?
Micah's
When-
the guy
when-
from Canada who got that crazy guillotine. He had somebody's
Yeah.
back,
I remember.
right?
Yeah,
There's
I
actually,
remember.
if the
Yeah.
video, if you go look online, I'm making like a cartoon face because he has this guy's back, and somehow he turns him not a full 90 degrees, but he gets like he started to like do this crazy armbar where he was going around his head,
Yeah.
and then he somehow turned that
He
into a guillotine.
transitioned.
And I'm sitting right in front of them, and if you go watch the video, I think it's on Micah's Instagram page. I'm like this.
Oh,
God! And it's like this cartoon face, and I'm like making all these funny faces.
Well, their match
yeah.
tripped me out, especially when Kyle, you said, right?
Yeah.
Kyle Hill
Remember he
hooked the
got
guy,
that
right?
heel hook and it just
And he went,
popped?
but did you hear him? Did you hear Micah go, oh shit, he was in a fully extended knee bar.
Yeah,
and he
yeah,
went, oh shit. And
Yeah.
then like, that's how he took the guy's back. He was in a knee bar.
Yeah.
And honestly, I was amazed.
Yeah.
Absolutely
Yeah.
amazed by that guy's
Yeah.
skills. Yeah.
Both of them in particular.
Yeah.
I
But
was
he
like,
shot
whoa.
in with the intent of doing that.
Yes. Oh, for sure.
That's what's
Yeah.
a mind-blowing thing.
no,
He willed
nothing
that to
either
happen.
of those men did was on accident.
Yeah.
They
And it
highly
didn't just
skilled.
present itself. He made it happen.
Yeah.
Is what
Highly
I'm getting
skilled.
at.
Now, when is the EBI that they're going to be doing?
September 29th of this month at Muscle Farm. It's combat jujitsu. So it's
Oh,
not
nice.
just jujitsu. They get to like,
Open hand palm strikes.
it's
If
the
I'm not
185ers
mistaken,
too.
our good pal Chad George is on it.
No, Chad George is 155.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
talked to him. I was like, "Hey, you gonna do this?" He was like, "Bro, no."
Okay.
I'm 155.
Chad's doing 5 grappling here.
Yes.
Right?
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
he part of the? Because there's subversive too.
Oh,
The
sorry.
does-
Chad is doing subversive here.
Subversive. It's subversive. Yeah.
Yes.
Chad
Chad does everything. Shout out
Chad's
to
a bad
Chad.
mofo.
That's right.
Yeah.
Chad is a
Chad-
very
Chad
bad
just does
mofo.
everything. We've
Yeah.
talked about this, so. in
And
case he
another
sees
solid
this.
dude. So.
Yeah, but
absolutely.
combat jujitsu, I personally, in my little jujitsu nerdy self, is I think this is going to be better than a UFC fight.
It's going to be exciting, that's for sure. And I
The
certainly hope
85ers
that it
with
will
the,
be.
with
No,
the
that's what I'm
palm
saying. I'd
strikes,
fuck-
like
yeah,
come on.
I certainly hope so.
And I'm gonna make a bold statement. Kyle Bame's taking the whole thing.
Well, he certainly was a
I
performer.
wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, that dude tripped me the fuck
He's,
out.
he's a savage animal.
Yeah, he is.
And he's Canadian, right?
No.
No,
Where's he
Micah's
from?
Canadian.
Arizona.
Kyle's from Arizona. He trains
Okay.
at 10th Planet Phoenix
Gotcha.
with
There's
John
people from
Boteo.
all over
I had
the
to check
world
him
at
out
that
afterwards.
thing, man.
After
Yeah.
I
that.
saw 10th Planet from everywhere. There were
We're
people from
every- we
Russia.
are
Those Russian dudes, yeah,
everywhere.
were like,
Russian dudes,
We're
Canadian
everywhere. We have
dudes.
over 100 schools all over the world. We're everywhere.
There were guys
Wow.
arguing in languages I never heard
Yeah.
before. I even heard Eddie say, "Hey, your opponent speaks Spanish, so if
Oh
you're
yeah,
gonna
the
speak
Freak
Spanish,
brothers
yeah, right,
coach
right,
each
that's
other in
hilarious,
Spanish.
right?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, that was interesting.
So what's new for you?
Oh my gosh.
Coming to work with the
Pick a
Gym
day.
Crashers.
Yeah.
We love it.
Gonna work with the Gym
Bring
Crashers.
her over here.
With some stuff.
Okay.
Why don't you guys tell me what's new and then we'll talk about it?
We have our Jiu-Jitsu League coming up.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know where my producer Robert is, but producer JP's up there. So we're going to do this old school. Coming
I
up,
love this idea.
Yes, it's a great idea. In fact, it's 5-on-5, 3-on-3 every Tuesday, every Friday. Sign up now. Gym Crashers Jiu-Jitsu League here at Next Level Sports Complex. We're located in Garden Grove, right off of the 22 at Knott Avenue.
Okay, maybe I meant to ask, are you jumping into anything anytime soon as far as...
Competitions?
Yeah.
No.
We're going to put Dawna here. Dawna's going to be here with a female
No.
team.
I'm gonna help you guys put together the female league.
I would love that.
And nothing is. I have an idea, which is, it's not my idea.
Okay.
I want to do a female quintet.
I think
And
it'd be awesome.
I
It
may
will
have
be.
heard
Yeah.
from Leticia Hibero, and she might want to do
Wow.
a female
Whoa.
team.
Nice.
So I'm thinking that we put together. By the way, this is all off the top of my head. Nobody's committed to anything. Don't
Wait,
go write this down
This
anywhere.
is it's just talk right now
so-
at this point. It's all hearsay.
Yeah, I would love to do a female quintet. I would love for Leticia to put together a team. I would put together a 10th Planet team.
Uh-huh.
Maybe I'll call my friend Felicia O and have her put together another team.
Another team, yeah.
With some
Very cool.
and then maybe we'll do like a freelance team. Maybe we'll get a Rose Gracie sponsored team
That
and
would be
just ladies
awesome.
who don't have
Yeah.
a team to represent. We'll get a straight up freelance team.
We need
I don't
to
know.
stream
That's what I'm
this.
thinking.
I think if we stream
Yeah.
this, if you do this live and we have people
down.
involved, I think
Yeah.
you'll achieve one step closer to getting more women
Yeah, for sure.
involved in the sport.
Yeah. No, I don't compete a lot because it never became a part of my jiu-jitsu journey.
I don't think it's a requirement.
There wasn't
No,
a
it's
lot
okay.
of, but I do like to compete. I plan on going back to On It when they invite
Yeah.
me back.
Oh, exciting.
Yeah, that was
I want to go to Austin
so
and
much
check
fun.
that out.
I will do invitationals
Yeah.
and super fights if people call
Those
me.
are a big deal.
I'm kind of an old lady, so it takes a lot of
Hardly.
it takes
Don't
a lot
listen to
of
this
energy
woman.
from me to prepare
She
for
was
a
found
match.
the fountain of
Yeah.
youth, and I intend to drink
It's
from
because
it.
I every time I choke a young dude out, I suck a little bit of the soul out.
She sucks the soul
Yeah.
out of people.
Every time I get a 20-year-old, I'm like, that's my.
If that's the case, I need to be on
Yeah.
the prowl because that's
Exactly.
important.
So yeah, no, I'm down to compete, and I am not. I'm not
focused
a
on
world
it.
champion, so I don't mean to sound this like.
You don't
Pay
have
me,
to be.
motherfucker! But like, I'm so busy with all of these projects, and I really feel it like it's my responsibility to hold events for women in the sport, and that's really my role. So I am down to compete, but it's got to be right circumstances for
Sure.
me. Yeah.
No,
No,
of course.
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
you have
No,
your calling, and,
Yeah.
and you're definitely adhering to that, and that's
Yeah.
important.
Yeah.
Because it's what you're
But
passionate
I'm not.
about.
Of course, I'm down to. I'm down.
You're down to roll.
Yeah,
Right?
for sure. I like to
Absolutely,
know
for sure.
where I stand amongst.
Yeah.
Women.
Well, that's the good thing
For
about
sure.
competing, whether
Yeah.
it was a big thing, a small thing, a tournament thing.
Yeah, you got to test your skills at some point. I didn't think
Yeah.
that everybody should do it at some point. You don't
Yeah.
have to make it your life's goal to
Oh, no,
continue.
of course.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right on.
But yeah, so when I do compete, it's like I have to focus, and I
Yeah.
have to.
No, it has to
You
be
know.
right. Like,
Yeah.
I feel you on that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, some people treat it like a fight,
Exactly.
And they actually train for 6 weeks. They have their camp. They have their weight cut.
That's exactly
know?
what I. So I competed On It last year.
Yeah, that's a
like I
very
just
big
said.
deal at
so
that
I
level.
did. I did. It was an interesting experience. I was super excited, and I trained really hard because when the bracket was first established, I had 2 MMA fighters that I was going to get to go up against.
Wow.
And those
Oh, wow.
ladies fell out over the course of the weeks. So then I got a really game opponent. Her name's escaping my. We're friends on Facebook too. Amy Old. Amy Old. Hi, Amy.
You're amazing. I'm terrible with names.
So I got a really game opponent in Amy, and I was super excited to go up against her. And then the match that really stressed me out was Mona Bailey.
Okay.
And here's why. Mona is an amazingly talented 13-year-old girl.
Oh,
And
no,
I
wow.
was incredibly apprehensive about competing against a teenager.
Okay.
I'm a coach. I coach teenagers. I have
Sure.
13-year-old students, and I was really conflicted. It was something that, and because of that reason, I don't feel like I actually performed very well
Okay.
because I
That's
was
all good.
really
Yeah, yeah.
concerned
No, no,
about
of
the
course.
fact that she was 13, and
I think
it
it's
started to
honest.
mess. It started to mess with my brain.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
She's very strong. She's very talented. She's going to be a world champion someday. And I'm not saying that it wasn't a competitive match because she at any moment she could have tapped me out for sure.
Okay.
But from my point of view, I was really conflicted about having.
It's
I mean,
honest.
when you looked at the screen, it was like Dawna Gonzales, 40 years old, Mona Bailey, 13. I was like, oh my
Yeah.
god.
what the fuck? What the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm like, not only am I old enough to be her mom, but like,
You feel you feel like a bully, right?
that's
Is
exactly what I felt like.
It comes down
I
to
totally
that,
felt
right?
like, yeah, it was
For a
not-
person that wants to empower other women,
Yes.
especially, and people in general, it isn't just women. Donna's all about empowerment and people
Yes.
being strong and confident.
Yes.
To take that away from a young person who maybe hasn't developed those skills, and we're not judging because that girl probably really is
Oh,
strong
Mona's a
and
beast
confident.
for sure.
But the idea behind it is that how do I break down what I
For
don't
sure.
believe in doing, right?
But it's I mean, look at Grace Gundrum. So
Okay.
that's how Grace is how I talked myself into that match. So I'm backstage. I'm getting texts from like Lila and Mercedes White from 10th Planet Tucson. Those are my girls.
Yeah,
so I'm
cool.
getting texts from
Shout
them,
out.
and they're like, "You gotta focus. You gotta focus. You can't think about that." And so I'm thinking like, okay, if I were competing against Grace Gundrum, do you guys know who she is?
I've heard her name
She's
twice now.
amazing. Yeah, she's a teenage girl who started training with adults at like the age of 12, and she just destroys everybody in her path. Well, I was like, okay, if I was going against Grace, would it be disrespectful for me not to like give 100%?
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
she could easily
Yeah.
tap me out.
Yeah.
So that's how I talked myself into going on the match with Mona. I was like, out of respect for her being a martial artist.
Yeah.
And I talked to her dad backstage, and I was like, I need to know how you feel about this. And he was like, look.
That's smart.
Yeah.
No,
You
that-
need
yeah,
to
for
get
sure, that's
yourself
cool,
in the
yeah.
right place.
Yeah. He was like, look, they won't let her compete against kids too much anymore. Like, she's so advanced that they put her in adult brackets
For a
all
reason.
the time. So it's like, don't feel bad. Go for it.
Okay.
So, but even, I don't know, even after the match, her mom was like, thanks for not hurting my daughter. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like,
Shut up. No, because we've trained with kids, and if they have the right instructor and the right will
For
to do the
sure.
sport, they're turned into animals.
look, I got a 15-year-old kid that can twister me at will.
Wow.
Like, this kid he's 100 and almost 60 pounds. So, like,
Yeah.
he's man-sized,
Got
but
it.
I don't want to take anything away from these very talented teenage kids that are coming up into this sport. I'm just saying that day for me was very hard.
Yeah.
No, I could
Yeah.
totally.
They're laser
imagine
focused
that,
at
like,
that age,
yeah.
too. Come on, we have all these distractions.
sure.
We have life being thrown at us daily, right?
Exactly.
At 16, I didn't have anything to worry about.
There's nothing in
I
the
was
brain but
lucky.
jujitsu.
Yeah, that's it.
I was lucky. So if I did jujitsu at 16, I'd have been a murderer.
Yeah, for sure. Oh,
You
every
know?
day. How many of us that do this
We
sport?
all say-
You're like,
yeah.
man, if
Yeah.
I'd found this when I was a
Actually,
teenager.
my joints wouldn't work,
Right.
and I'd be in a wheelchair, and I'd be all falling apart.
I
I'd be
have-
in a hover round cruising Disneyland.
I have a friend who I grew up in Monrovia, in San
We
Gabriel
mentioned
Valley.
this, Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's cool.
And I have a friend who actually
Hottest
went
place
to
on
prison.
earth.
Yes. He went to prison when I was 13 or 14, and he's still in there.
Yeah.
And I wrote him, and I was like, dude, if this sport had been around when we were teenagers, it would have changed everything.
Changed his life. Maybe.
Yeah.
I agree to that.
I mean,
actually.
think about it. Did you grow up in LA?
I grew up in Orange
Grew up in
County.
So I grew up in
Ish?
Orange County.
Okay.
Same
Well,
thing.
think about like having friends that were in gangs were just kind of part of our culture. It wasn't
Oh, that's
a
a
big
Southern
deal.
California
Yeah, it's
thing.
you know what I
That
mean.
definitely
like,
was part of
so,
my
but
culture, yes.
Think about
My
if
cousins,
this had
too.
sport. Yeah, if this sport
You
had
forget
been
you're
around.
talking to brown people, regardless of where we grew up.
Good point. But yeah, so think about that. If this had been around to all those guys, I mean, I feel like they were in gangs because we want community and we want
Yeah.
like this family. We want
Yeah.
people to make us feel good
Yeah.
and like accept us. So
well,
if we
there's
could all
the
walk into a
challenge
fight
for
gym-
young men too
Yeah.
in the street where you're going to have to prove
Exactly.
yourself. So you can do that on the mat. You can do
Amen.
that with a group of people that love you and care
Yeah.
about you, not with a bunch of thugs.
Right,
in
so-
a controlled environment.
Yeah,
that's healthy.
that's true.
That
Yeah.
you get.
No, really,
I
yeah.
actually think
You
combat
develop
sports,
control
yeah.
from it. You should.
It should.
I know some crazy people have been doing it for years, still haven't, but you know what I mean. You
Yeah.
ought to.
I think combat sports make us more peaceful.
Yeah, I agree.
Because you have that place to have that outlet, especially guys. They get the animal instincts out, and there's this controlled environment
Yeah.
to go and like punch each other where it's okay, and like attack each other, and awesome. And then when you know how to fight, when you're out in the world, you're like, I don't have anything to prove.
That's
and then you
right.
get slapped with an assault charge.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
25 to life.
It'll happen, yeah, that's
Yeah.
for sure.
You know.
But yeah, I think you're right, though. In
Yeah.
fact, I met a guy over the weekend, just going off topic a little bit, but when you bring up how jiu-jitsu can change people, he was a 12-time felon.
Damn.
12 times. He did a lot of time. He was young, probably in his early 30s. Has been rolling now for 3.5 years. And
Good for him.
was doing some incredible jiu-jitsu. So he was a meth
Yay.
addict. So
Good for him.
his brain goes like 1,000 miles an hour. So he applied himself at jiu-jitsu, and he goes to class twice a day because clearly he has
Yeah.
nothing else going on other than,
It's a good addiction.
Yeah,
If you have
so-
an addictive personality.
And he knew.
Yeah.
As soon as he did it once, he goes, if I focus on this, I won't go back.
Yep.
Because 80% of the population's once released from incarceration, they go back.
Well, it's designed that
They
way.
make it easy
It's
for you.
designed that
I
way.
know.
Yeah.
Once you're in the system,
They,
you're in there.
I agree.
You
So
know.
leave me alone, system. But I want to stay a free man.
Yeah, you're too
You know
dark.
what I
You
mean?
can't get in.
Oh, gosh.
bad, it's bad.
I'm going to
Too
jump
brown.
over that wall
Too
of the
brown.
building if that's the case. But he even said to me, he goes, if it wasn't for jiu-jitsu, I'd be back in because I wouldn't be able to focus on anything
For
else
sure.
quite like I do. And I rolled with him a little bit, and he was incredible for only 3.5 years experience.
for him.
And just an animal.
Yeah.
And precise thought process with how he executed things, his technique. He wasn't spazzy. You were like, the hell? Like, you've been rolling 13 years,
Wow.
dude. You
Well,
know what I mean?
2 times a day
Yeah.
for 3 years,
Yeah.
that's a lot of training.
When you
A lot
add
of
it up,
mat
it's
time, yeah.
more
Oh,
than
yeah.
some people that do
For
for
sure.
10 years, right? So I get it.
Okay, I have a question for
Yeah.
you, but I want just quick comment. There are plenty of people in this sport that actually treat their mental issues with jujitsu.
Yeah, I could see that. I've got through a divorce with it. I've got
Yep.
through life problems with it. I've coped through all kinds of family issues with it, cancer issues, all these things,
Wow.
right? Because you have to
Yeah.
go to, you can choose not to go to jujitsu because I have this going on, is what I'm getting at. It's not, don't feel bad for me. Everybody has
Yeah.
issues. But you don't go to class and say, this is going on in my life. You go to class and you roll and you hit bags and you spar and you do everything. And in spite of all that, you exhaust your body, you go home and you sleep.
Would you say that it's mat therapy?
Yes, I would say very much so with my partner here. It is Mat Therapy, and she is the host and right now running Mat Therapy, so she's
I'm wearing one of
absolutely
our
right.
shirts.
Yeah. Oh, I dig
Hey.
it. I dig it.
All I want to
That's
do
nice.
is take naps, drink coffee, and do jujitsu.
That is it in a nutshell.
Well, you
Tell
know,
me.
right?
I know. I see you're itching to say something.
No,
Tell
all I
us.
was gonna say,
want
like,
you to expand
however
on
long
it.
a class is, an hour and a half, an hour, 2 hours. That's in those 2 hours, you just forget about whatever the problem
Well, because
is.
you can't think about
you
that
know?
when you're trying to fight off
Yeah,
death. You
yeah.
can't be like, did I pay my phone bill?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Did I
No,
call
you're
my
absolutely
lawyer
right.
back? Did my stupid ex-wife? Did,
No,
you know,
you're fighting off death.
People with insomnia often tell me, well, the reason I have insomnia or the reason that I really hate staying up late or I can't go to sleep is because it doesn't shut off. The
Yep.
mind doesn't shut off. I'm constantly thinking about all my problems. I go deep into a wormhole, and before you know it, it's 3 in the morning. I have
It's
to go to
true.
work in 2 or 3 hours, and they can't shut it off. Well, Dawna said it just right. We go to class, and someone's trying to take my head off,
Yep.
so it turns it off.
Yep.
So that switch turns off. Then you exhaust yourself physically,
And might I
mentally.
suggest
Right?
some
Matt
Well,
Therapy.
that
420?
too.
Yeah, mat therapy and then a
Some of
little
that Mat
420.
therapy and the
therapy.
420.
Yeah.
You know, it
Hey,
happens.
whatever works. You
If
know.
it makes you sleep at night, do it.
It makes you sleep, and it has. Did you guys know this?
Tell us.
What's the word? It's coming to me. Everybody pause. Anti-inflammatory properties.
Whoa.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Then I definitely need
course.
some of that because
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
inflamed like no one else.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell us about Matt Therapy.
Oh gosh. So Mat Therapy was a podcast that I started with one of my training partners, Becky Dominguez.
Yes.
We were actually doing it out of Joey Diaz's studio.
I saw
so
that.
Lee was producing us, and that was a really cool,
It's a beautiful
amazing
studio.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Suck
Where is
Beautiful.
lessons on
Where
the
is the
walls.
studio?
It's in
Hollywood, right?
Hollywood?
like North Hollywood.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ish.
Oh,
somewhere
North
around
Hollywood. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So we
Because
did.
not
So like the
Larange.
Valley-ish.
Yes, ish,
Okay.
Valley-ish. I don't know if Joey like puts it out there where his studio is. So
Yeah,
it's somewhere
yeah.
over there.
Okay.
Um,
I
Out
see.
in the great
He's kind of
blue
famous.
yonder.
Nobody cares where I am, but I don't like
No, for sure.
And then we went off on our own for a while, so that we weren't in the studio anymore, and we were gym crashers.
Yeah.
We would go to people's gyms. We got to go
Like
to
that
Damien
name.
Maya's
Mat
gym. That's
Therapy
a
with
good
the
name,
gym crashers.
right?
Digging it.
So we did that for a while, and then Becky got injured, and she
A severe injury?
enough to take her off the mats.
Yeah,
So she's been off the mats for a little over a year, and she just felt like that she wanted to take a break from the podcast while she was taking a break from training.
I see,
So
I
we're
see.
not currently doing the podcast. That doesn't mean it's going to be gone forever.
Yeah.
I've done a couple on
Just
my
on
own.
hiatus?
Yeah,
Okay.
I've done a couple on my
Nothing
own.
wrong
I
with
do
that.
phone interviews. I'm kind of a busy lady, so I don't have a lot of time to produce a podcast on my own. I've been approached by several people to like revamp Mat Therapy.
Yeah,
and
'cause
it's
it's
not that I'm
good.
not down.
You're really good.
I'm just, adding podcast producer on the top of everything else I'm doing is
It's a lot,
kinda
yeah.
hard. So maybe Becky will come back. I don't know.
Yeah, let's
it's
hope.
open. We have our clothing line
Nice. Okay.
that we might be doing something. I don't know. Maybe there might be some stuff going on in the future. I think Mat Therapy is probably going to evolve into a little bit more of an event company.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's cool.
For sure, that's cool.
Possibly,
Yeah.
a quintet type format or a league
We
type
heard
format.
some talk
Yeah.
about this, so yeah, I think you're really focused. I like that.
Yeah.
Just get this.
I'm all over the place.
Let's get this thing off the ground. No, I like it. I think actually you're not all over the place. I think you have a lot of great ideas.
I'm an idea girl.
That's good.
Yeah. When I first met
Robert's an
Robert,
idea girl.
yeah, I called him and I was like, I was like, here's the thing. When you start working with me, you're gonna get random phone calls about all my
No,
ideas.
we need this.
At like 3
This is a think tank.
Hey, I just thought of something.
The Jim Crash Studio is a think tank. Free Admission Media.
Yes,
This
I'm
is-
in.
We're looking for that stuff.
I'm all about
so,
the ideas.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's a great partnership right then and there. That is really cool. Matt Therapy is something I actually look at, and I saw you with Renato Larange, and it just amazes me what you guys brought out with him. He's so
27
funny.
time world champion.
He's so
He's
funny.
amazing.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's cool.
He's anti-heifer.
Yeah, he
and
is
whatever else.
anti-heifer.
Yeah.
The Meech.
And he looks just like Adam Woods. If you don't know Adam Woods,
I love Adam.
yeah, they're twins.
Is that because
Separated
they're
at birth.
both brownish?
Yeah, they're brownish. That's right. Fijianish. No, they just look the same. I don't know why. Separate
Yeah,
moms.
Hinach's-
But,
Maybe
it's
it's
all
the
good.
years. I don't know.
Hanash is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We like him.
Actually, I talked to Adam.
Producer Robert doesn't have a microphone, but he's speaking to us as if he does. So let's try to hear what he's saying.
We'll translate what he's saying. You talk and I'll say it.
I
So
talked to Adam.
he talked to Adam.
Adam said that he was introduced to Hinato this
Adam
weekend.
said that he was introduced to Hinato this weekend at High Rollers
High Rollers by Blanca,
by Blanca
Oh.
Marissa Garcia,
and she says,
photographer extraordinaire.
let me introduce you to your long lost brother.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
It's not only us.
It is separated at birth, if you ask me.
Yeah.
But that's cool. That's good stuff. So we were talking a little earlier about nutrition and healing
Yeah.
and things like that. So what do you got going on in that area? And I know you're working with some sponsors and some things.
Yes. So Proven Nutrition, even if they were not my sponsor, I would tell everybody to take this product. It's called Core, and it is a branched chain amino acid with Ayurvedic herbs, sea salt, and maybe one other thing. And they gave it to me last year when I was getting ready for On It. And I remember seeing Richie, who's the owner of the company, at an event, and I was like, oh man, like I'm so old and my body's breaking down. I just don't feel good, and
She
like
just
I
spoke
can't,
my heart.
I can't do this. Like I think I'm too old for it. And he's like, no, dude, just calm down.
Yeah.
And he was like, here, take some of this for a week and call me. Tell
I'm
me
going
how
to take
you're
a lot
feeling."
of that for a week
Yeah.
now.
And I did. And then I started to feel amazing.
Oh,
and
I
I was
need
like,
this.
oh my God, this is the best stuff ever. I feel like a different person. I'm going to sound like a commercial for a second. I was sleeping better. I was training better. I was recovering faster.
My bowels were backed up.
Yes. Like when I'm training,
helps.
I drink it while I'm training. And I'm like, okay, I'm ready for another round. Let's do this.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it's honestly the best supplement I've ever taken. Add on top of that when I got injured at EBI qualifiers a couple months ago, I hurt my knee, and then I started taking collagen because I was really worried that, my soft tissue was getting stretched out and inflamed and blah, blah. So I started taking collagen. Those two things together are amazing, and recommendation.
Now, do they have a
1000%.
thing of collagen BCAA?
No, I
mix?
just get that on Amazon.com.
Oh, okay.
Prime membership. What up?
Okay.
Just come to my house in like 2 days. Just go on there. Click.
So what exactly does it, what is it called? Proven?
Proven. Okay, the company is called Proven
Okay.
Nutrition. The product is called Core.
Okay.
Core,
And
okay.
it's just branched chain amino acids.
Okay.
It's flavored with freeze-dried blueberry, so there's no preservatives. It's all natural. Seriously, it tastes so good. And yeah.
Now,
Ab-
okay, can I ask?
But
'cause
wait, I have one
Yeah.
quick question.
Okay,
'cause
okay.
I'm interested in
Yeah,
taking
yeah,
this.
yeah,
All right,
yeah.
right, right.
Average person take it or just people that train?
No, everybody will benefit from this.
Okay, my
That's
next
good to
question.
know.
I've taken different BCAAs.
Yes.
And going back to talking about bowels, it gives you that like.
Like all systems are a go. No,
yeah.
this.
Is
I'm
it
good.
smooth okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
All systems
cool.
are go.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I feel like they
You're
give me
sensitive.
like
I don't-
stomach aches. Or
I
That
don't
sounds
get
like
stomach
creatine.
aches.
Creatine does
No,
that.
I wasn't creatine. It was
Really?
always. It was. Yeah.
I
it was
don't
always
get
in the
stomach
Maybe
aches.
they're putting fillers in it because it
Maybe.
really shouldn't.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, try this. You'll like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I should check
By the way,
that out.
I think if you use the code Dawna10 when you order from them, you get a discount.
Donna 10. Remember
Donna
that.
10.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Pump it in. That's kinda cool. I like it. I'm
Or
good.
MTL.
I'm on it.
Matt Therapy
You're
Life.
gonna see a
MTL 10,
bump
that
up
one
because
too.
I'm getting
Yeah.
on it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
For sure.
So yeah, so take the
I got
BCAA.
some in my backpack. I'll give you
take
guys
the
the sample when I
collagen.
live. Yeah.
Collagen. Yeah.
Yes.
Go to collagen.
And yeah, go to
And then-
college
yeah.
again.
Go to college again and get
Yeah.
some collagen
Yeah.
for your joints.
What's the other
Well,
one?
because we're made out of like collagen.
Is that
right?
right? I don't know.
Our
You tell
ligaments
me.
and tendons. Yeah.
Okay.
Is that
So
all
it's
that
just
connective tissue?
Yeah. Uh huh.
So you got to replace it.
Yep.
Because if you're shooting double legs and single legs, you're going to blow
You're
your knee
doing
out.
rubber guard. Yeah.
And rubber guard, yeah.
And
I'm not
defending heel
flexible
hooks.
enough. I can defend a heel hook, but I can't pull off a lot of the more athletic and flexibility required stuff. So
You can still do rubber guard if you're not flexible. There's little adjustments that you can make to your posture that will make it available to you.
Gotta have good hips.
Yes, I will show you.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm curious.
No, the CBI that's at the end of the month. Where's this being held at?
Muscle Farm in Burbank.
Oh, that's right. Okay, you did tell me.
Muscle
that.
Farm is the
That's
spot,
right.
man. They've been having a lot of events.
Dude, that place is
Right?
awesome. Yeah.
Pretty cool place
The
to
one
have
at the was it the Regent or was it
Oh, the Orpheum.
the Orpheum?
Yeah, a lot of
That
them.
I
was
love
cool.
it. When it's downtown,
The Orpheum's
I love
really
it.
cool.
Tight,
Yeah,
yeah,
the
especially at one of
Orpheum's really
those.
cool.
Yeah.
Do you know the owner of that facility is a jiu-jitsu guy?
Is
What?
he really?
Who is it?
His name's Steven. I don't know his last
Just
name.
a regular jiu-jitsu guy. He just happens to own it, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And he
Interesting.
did, he...
I have witnessed downtown turn into
Right?
this
you
beautiful
remember
thing.
when it was like super sketchy?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
I
when nobody
grew
went to
up
downtown to
running
hang
a-
out. Yeah.
I
I
remember
did anyways, but I've watched it change.
when I was
No,
in
really.
high school.
I know.
We were getting ready to go to cheerleading camp, and somebody got it because one of the girls was old enough to drive, and somebody got in their head that we should all go to the fashion district to get stuff for cheerleading
I know exactly. I
Mm-hmm.
did it every
So-
year with my mother.
camp.
We went shopping for school.
We all
The
piled
Cooper
into this girl's
building.
car and then got ourselves lost on Skid Row.
Yeah.
And we all started
Nice.
freaking out.
Now you walk down Skid Row and it's like,
Skid
you
Row's
doing?
still pretty
Wait a minute,
sketch.
there's
Yeah,
no
it is,
Skid
but
Row.
there's-
There's
No,
Skid Miles.
no, that's like
Yeah.
no.
Wow.
Skid Row looks
still
like
there.
The Walking Dead.
Well, I
There's-
walked down Skid
yeah.
Row with producer Robert, and he got the dry heaves.
Yeah,
Because he
It's
can't
scary.
take, he's like, I go, what's wrong? Like, you don't smell that? I'm like, well, you know.
it's LA.
Well,
It doesn't-
even at that,
it doesn't
like
kill
a few
me
years
like it
ago,
does you.
you know, like her and I would go out and hang out, and I would tell my folks when I was still living with them, "Where are you guys going? Oh, we're going to Echo Park and hang out." Why would
Echo
you go
Park?
there?
I-
You know. And
Yes.
it was like that, and my dad's like, "Do you know what they do there?" My dad's
It is
from
changed,
LA,
but
all
it has
the
been
way, you know?
gentrified as well. I
It
hate to
has.
use that
That's
word.
only
Yeah, of
about
course.
in the last 10 years.
I
So
know.
I used to
Yeah.
live in Echo Park.
Miguel's not
and
that old, so he couldn't go when he was any younger.
He's 21. We talked about it. He
Yeah,
just
we
had his
did.
21st
Yeah.
birthday.
That's right.
It's your birthday. Happy birthday.
Oh,
It
thank
is
you.
his
I had almost
birthday.
forgotten. Thank you.
Happy
I
birthday
love
to you.
that it's
21.
his birthday.
Yay.
Appreciate it. That's
Okay.
right.
And the 1-year anniversary of Gym Crasher, so this is it.
Oh,
On his birthday.
happy
Double
anniversary,
whammy.
you
How
guys.
did that happen?
I know.
Yay.
I
Why
know.
don't we have cookies or cupcakes?
Because we're just not cool like that. You
Damn
know,
it.
we had a party for him over
All
the
right.
weekend, so.
It wasn't for me.
Aw.
It was for all. It was
For
the
all
show,
of us.
Yeah.
But
I'm
yeah,
not much
producer
of a
JP,
a
God
hogging
bless you for
attention
that.
guy, but
We had a hell of a
Aw.
party.
Oh, because Echo Park, right? Because we
Yeah.
all knew how bad it was growing
Oh,
up.
Yeah.
Right? So about the year right around the time that I joined Legends, around 2007, 2008, I had a friend, like blonde, curly, white girl from Connecticut. She was like, "Hey, do you want to move to an apartment with me in Echo Park?" I was like, "Little white girl, you're gonna get yourself killed. What do you?
Yeah.
We're not moving to Echo Park. Are you crazy?" She was like, "No, just come see it." And I'm like, "You don't know what you're talking about." And then I showed up, and it was super gentrified. I'm
You're
like,
all, this is Silver Lake.
"What?"
Yeah, right.
This is Los Feliz.
So I moved to Echo Park in Sunset, hung out at the Gold Room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
place is cool.
Do you know my aunt used to hang out at the Gold Room? She's in her, oh my gosh, she's in her late 70s,
That's
and she
pretty
came to
cool.
visit me one day. She's like, you know,
Back in the day.
I used to hang out at the Gold Room when I was in my
kidding me.
20s.
You're
I didn't
kidding
actually
me.
know that
Yeah.
that's been the gold room since
Yep.
like
The whole time.
the whole time. Yeah.
Yeah.
We went to
Do you know they
Jumbo's
give you
Clown
free
Room,
carne asada tacos there?
Oh yeah.
right?
Oh, they
Did
do.
you
huh?
know-
They do?
Yeah.
See, okay.
Well, then I'm
You guys
going
are-
to
I
Gold
actually
Room.
lost my ID at the gold rooms like a
Nice.
few
It's
years
probably still
ago.
there.
I know.
Yeah.
So if somebody took it, you
So
know.
it was cash only for a long time,
Uh-huh.
and you could get a shot of tequila
And a
a
beer. Yeah, that's
for
right.
like
Yeah.
$3.
Yeah.
So you guys can laugh at me for a second. When I moved to Echo Park, I would go in there with my friends, and I just thought that the dude that worked there liked me. Because I'd be like, watch
You thought you were getting hooked up.
Yeah. I was like, you guys watch this. I'd be like, hey, can I have a taco? It's
good
And he'd
talk.
like bring me a plate of tacos, and I was like, he likes me.
Yeah.
And then one day, one of my friends was like, you idiot, everybody gets
You
free
idiot.
tacos.
And he's gay.
I was like, oh, I just thought he liked me.
Yeah. So if somebody finds my ID, just have fun with it, please.
All right.
Somebody has it. They just came
So,
across the border.
I would say a couple years ago,
Probably.
your ID in that neighborhood could have been super helpful. Now, not so
Not
much.
so much.
Yeah.
Watch a
Nah.
random Master Wong video.
Who's Master Wong?
Robert, producer Robert, is asking if we want to watch a random Master Wong video.
Okay.
He's going to put it up behind us.
Who's Master Wong? Tell me what
He'd
we're
like
doing.
to grab the nuts.
Whoa.
Robert,
Something
please
like
explain
that.
who's
That
Mr.
sounds-
Wong.
It's weird.
Painful.
It is painful, but he's going to show it, and I guarantee you'll laugh if he brought it up.
Like crashing you.
It better be a good one, Robert, not a Power Ranger
When
video.
I was doing Muay Thai, I used to be good for a ball shot at least once a
See?
week.
This one
Yeah.
says rape, kidnap.
We have a very
Whoa.
good friend who's good for like straight to the nuts.
We have
Yeah.
a female self-defense
I don't want to drop
instructor
her
here.
name. Just
Yeah.
you know.
That's why-
Oh, yeah, I know her name.
that's why she's
It's
repeating
not
it.
windy. It is breezy.
So this is making you say this is a legitimate technique or not?
Is that what you're
Ball
talking about?
shots are definitely
The ball
legitimate
shutter?
self-defense
Yes.
techniques.
Okay, that's what I was
Yes.
getting at.
Look at this guy. I hope we have some sound, Robert.
That's not moving.
I was like, wow, that's a fancy studio behind us.
Is that Krishna Kim behind him? Looks like him. Well, we almost had sound. I apologize. There it is.
Kidnapping. And some of you out there have little
I am
problem.
super
have my
guessing
friend
he's
here,
like
Yolanda.
American.
Here.
And that's a fake
Remind
accent.
me what's your name again?
And she's Thai.
Yolanda. And you can see she coming
Yolanda.
all the time. She's very pretty. That's why
Yolanda.
she in my channel. If you're not out there, not in my channel because you're so ugly. And we have all these pretty people here because we have the pretty people like Dr. John
That's
here.
a fake
and
accent.
Roger. And what's your name again?
I don't think so.
No, totally that is.
Grizzly, Brucely. Okay then. So today we're talking about a little bit about rape and kidnap and stuff like that. So, Dr. John, can you explain to the viewer a little bit how dangerous this kind of thing is and what girl like Roanna here can able to prevent herself because she's acting, she do a lot of different things like that, and a lot of people see her, and how she can prevent this happen to her if she get some,
Can your
some
viewers
dirty
see
bastards,
this
you know what I mean?
video?
For
Yeah,
me,
yeah.
it's different. If you hang around me, anybody
watch
come
it with
along,
us.
Oh,
I
cool.
bust them up. But sometimes you're on her own, it's difficult.
I understand. So I would say, you know, this day and age we have our phones on us. Not at the moment, but I have my phone on me and I have my headphones
some
in.
sort of British
Now
accent.
automatically the faculty of attention.
Well, Robert's a very
you know,
international guy.
It's really important because my
He's-
eyes
he
are
is
on
a
here.
a
I'm
Brit
texting
himself.
whoever.
Is he?
So
Yeah.
my hands are occupied. and I'm
Polynesian
listening
Brit.
to
They occupied the
Spotify or
Sandwich
whatever
Islands
it
for
is kids
years.
listen to these days.
He likes
So,
sandwiches
I don't
too.
even know what a Snapchat
I love
is.
sandwiches.
So anyway, I'm on here. I'm
I
walking
do too.
around. I'm walking
You never
around,
get to
and
eat
suddenly
carbs.
Yeah,
I'm jumped,
I do, but I
and someone
shouldn't.
takes my stuff or takes you away and everything. That's not where you want to be because you have two hands, two legs, you've got two eyes, and you've got two ears.
What's
and
the
you
funny
can
part,
hear
Robert?
Can I tell you that
With-
I just fundamentally have a problem with men teaching women
our
self-defense.
headphones.
Yeah.
Where our phones, we're just like texting. Oh mate, did you see the game last night?
Oh, mate.
See what I mean?
He's Australian.
We're so occupied that it takes our attention away from what is actually happening. Now, as soon as it takes, we could be the most accomplished martial artist. However,
See, that's
if
why
we're
it's big.
not
He's, like,
aware
vacillating in
of where
between.
we're even
Thank you,
going,
Robert.
it's
Thank you.
Accents.
Producer Robert forgot
Best
to
idea
cue it up
tonight.
to the funny part.
Describe them.
Yes.
I think he didn't even watch this
There are
yet.
so many more vulnerable people out there. Like,
Oh,
like
well,
this
thank
guy.
you for putting something random onto my show.
Not quite as attractive.
But if you're ever down
Okay, it's
and
not
don't
funny,
have
and
a
Robert,
feel
again,
like
is
you're being
not funny.
followed and you feel like you're threatened,
Thank you, Robert.
then I would recommend
Now, going back to being in Skid Row with Robert, Robert doesn't do well with bad smells. I don't know what it is.
Oh, me
but
neither.
He starts dry heaving in the middle of the street. It is hilarious. I just am blown away that this
It's such a
Robert's one of the strongest
And the
people
other
I know. He can
times
pick
at
up
night
the
as
heavier
well.
things than most
Get a
people I've
taxi
ever
home at
met.
night.
But he cannot
With the
handle
dark.
the
Don't
smell
walk
of
in a
Skid
dark
Row.
alleyway. Otherwise, your body part will be in somebody's dinner. Now, this
Your
is
body
the
part
problem,
will be
you know,
in
try to be
somebody's
real
dinner.
so people understand. A lot of time people training and don't think about preparation, understanding, know yourself, know your enemy, know your ability, and know your surrounding. This is very important to understand. If you don't know yourself, you don't know what you can and cannot do. That's a big problem. You think you can, but you can't.
That's fair.
Know your enemy. You don't know who
Right.
you come across with. Everybody
Jolanda.
else is potentially
Jolanda.
your enemy. Okay? Know your ability. Can you really use that squeeze and shove, what do they call them? Tweezers. That tweezer and poke in some people's eye. Now, some people can't do that. It's not possible for you to be that
Okay,
able
it's
to shove that
probably
in somebody's
funny
eye.
when you're
Yeah.
like
Ability
doing
to
nothing
able
at
to do
home
that
and
is
you're
very
probably on the
important.
420.
And know your surrounding. Okay? You need to make sure where you're going.
It's all right.
Like Dr.
You
John
you-
said.
Okay,
you
Robert,
tried.
It's okay.
All right.
You know, we have a wonderful guest here tonight.
Oh, thank you.
None other than Dawna Gonzales from
That's
Math
me.
Therapy, 10th Planet. And yet we put Master Quatch up there, whoever he is. He's not that funny. What the hell is his name? Master Wong.
Master Wong.
Something,
Wow.
something
That was
Wong. Just so you know. Seriously. Something Wong. It wasn't that funny, but thank you, honey.
Wait, did you guys? You remember that story? There was a plane crash, and it was an Asian airline. Do you know what I'm talking about? And
Tell me.
nobody caught that they.
Oh, Malaysian
What they
airline
did to
went
the
down and they-
names, so on the news, like
Yes,
the
I heard
newscasters didn't even catch it, but
funny
she's
that
like,
you remember
the
this.
pilot was Something Wong,
Yes.
and
I
the
saw this.
co-pilot was like something else, and you're just
Yeah.
like,
It was
way too low. That's what it was.
him hung low. Him
Oh my
hung
gosh, so racist.
low. Yes. Only if you don't like the joke.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Introduce Ali.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Go
well,
ahead, please.
you know, getting back to, and we missed producer Robert's graphics earlier, so we're going to refer to our wonderful flyer
The
here.
old-fashioned way.
Gym Crashers Jiu-Jitsu League, the first of its kind. It is a weekly league, 5-on-5, 3-on-3. Look us up on gymcrasher.com. We have a special person here tonight, Alan Searson from Searson Realty.
The Searson team.
The Searson Team Real Estate. Come on board, Alan. We have a microphone for you right here. I'm going to give you my microphone and sit
Can
you
we
in my
scoot over?
chair.
If not, I could just get out of the
And,
way.
and I'll let Miguel take it. Oh, we got another one coming.
Oh, look at that. We're so
Producer Robert
fancy.
has succeeded in providing a
Fancy.
chair and maybe another microphone. We have that
You want me to
kind
do
of
a voiceover for you?
I need to hear more about that, too.
Gym Crashers.
I should have had you do it.
Yeah.
There, make it easier. Go ahead. Scoot over. It's
Me?
We're good? We're
I'll
good?
scoot over.
All right. We're good. Get back on camera, Miguel.
We can share a mic.
Right on. Yeah, we can. Oh, we can do this. Yeah.
We'll be like rock stars. You
I'll
know, when
just
they get
lean
on
over,
each
yeah.
side of the mic.
Can we sing? Oh, I didn't get it on, Robert. Get
I'll
it
be John
on.
Bon Jovi. You be Richie Sambora.
I like it.
Nice.
I'm old. I know.
Very nice.
No. I precede you in all that. Believe me. I was gonna say Eddie Van Halen, David Lee Roth.
Nice.
Okay,
That
that's
is SGP
10 years
right there.
prior.
Everybody take a mic and put it to
There
the
you
side.
go.
Okay.
Let's see, is this bad
Hello,
boy on?
am I on?
Yes.
We're all
there
on.
you go.
I'm green. I'm green. You're purple.
One, two.
We're good.
And this is Alan Searson
Yes,
from the
hello.
Searson Real Estate Team.
The Searson team.
The
Yes.
Searson Team.
Searson team. We do real estate.
Tell
we
us.
do mortgage. We do property management. We also do construction on flip properties and investment properties and things like that. So we're involved in quite a bit of different types of real estate aspects. And we've been doing it for quite a long time. I got involved in the business with my father when I was a young man, about 16 years old in high school. And he said, "Come on, you're going with me. We're doing open house today." I'm like, "Okay."
What a wise
and,
father.
Passed out flyers and,
And my dad
did
told me
open
just to get out of the
houses, showed
house.
property
Yeah.
to buyers. We did
Amazing.
it all. So it was a great experience. I got my license when I turned 18 and never looked back and just went full time.
Talk about your dad giving you wings to fly.
Yeah,
Seriously.
yeah, it's a
And
blessing.
I've
He
got
passed
wings of
away
wax
many years
that
ago,
melted
but
years ago.
it was a blessing, definitely.
So for all your real estate needs in the Orange County.
Orange
Searson
County,
team?
LA, anywhere in California, we'll take care of you. Anywhere in
You're amazing,
California,
Alan.
absolutely.
I just thought he was the top basketball player of next level. Now I know so much more about him. No, really, because I see the man
do that in my spare
downstairs,
time.
unbelievably running the court. I mean,
Thank you.
running
Put it up
things.
down
Thank
there?
you.
Are you like?
He's yeah.
I don't, I got a shot. I got a good shot. That's about it.
Yeah.
I can't cross
Isn't
you
that
over.
what it
but-
is in basketball?
but,
and he has the coolest clothes too. He's down there.
Thank
He's
you.
got really cool sublimated outfits.
Yeah, uniforms are pretty cool.
I'm
Everybody
blown
likes our
away
uniforms.
at the
yeah.
level of performance, and now I didn't know you sold real estate. I didn't know what you did during the day.
Well, that's my day job.
That's pretty cool.
That's how I can afford to do these things.
I guess so.
You work hard, you can play hard. And
Yeah.
that's what I do. I work
guess
hard
I
and
gotta
I
start
play
working
hard.
harder.
So,
Right? I'm always asleep at the wheel. That's my problem.
but you're looking good doing it.
Thank
though.
you. Yes. I clock in. I go right to the bathroom for 20 minutes. I'm on the clock. You know?
Mr. takes 20 shits a day.
That's right. Hey, gotta keep things flowing at my age. Come on.
That creatine is just hitting you hard. huh?
Creatine probably give me a heart attack. I'm gonna get on the BCAA though.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm going to try that too. That sounds
Yes,
good.
please.
So yes, obviously, if your real estate needs, see Alan Searson team. They're amazing. But Alan has come here to do a very nice thing. He's got a giveaway. He would like to actually give away an entry fee of $350 to a team, and you need to be a Gym Crasher viewer
That's
and a
right.
Jiu-Jitsu participant, and be in our chat room next week on Facebook, and you can win. And producer Robert is
That's all
in
you
charge
have
of
to do.
overseeing
That's
this.
it.
Just subscribe.
Just subscribe to-
our IGs, Gym Crashers, free admission.
So like us, subscribe to us, share this link.
And our moderator checks, so you can't be like, oh, I'm going to just do it for like 5 minutes and then,
As long as you're a subscriber to Free Admission and Gym Crashers.
So you have
And
to be in Southern California.
no, it doesn't matter what country you're in, as long as you're here for the event.
Yeah.
He's gonna sponsor it.
Cool.
I'll
And it could be a
sponsor it.
female, it could be a male, doesn't matter. And maybe it could be you, Donna. Yes, you never know.
And then talk to Alan about all the different types of sponsorships he does for different basketball teams.
So Alan does these sponsorships for different basketball teams. So those wonderful outfits and this dunker that I see here running across the basketball court here at Next Level, just amazing guy. He sponsors
Yeah.
other teams to make it happen here at this place.
Yeah, I've done sponsorship for other teams in the league that couldn't afford to stay, but they wanted to play, and they're actually pretty good teams, and I didn't want them to leave, so
They're
I
all
sponsored them. I helped them out. We just recently sponsored high school basketball uniforms for the school because they couldn't afford to buy uniforms, so I said, well, what's it going to take, you know? And they said, well, we need about 15 uniforms so we can run practices and stuff like that. And so I got them reversible uniforms.
Clean one day, clean the
nice.
next.
Yeah.
What school?
That's how I operate.
Inglewood High
nice.
School.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
So
all
I know
right.
the head coach over there. He just
Over
started
out to the
coaching,
west
so
side. That's right.
Right?
you need a little help. So got to represent. It's not Echo Park, but hey, you know, it's
Okay.
it's close.
Close enough.
It's Hollywood Park.
Oh man, it's even better, right?
That's right.
And he's being a little humble. Alan, talk to him about your semi-pro teams.
I got a team in the league called the JBL. It's been around for 20 plus years. Semi-pro team, and then I also have a team in the Drew League, which obviously has been around for like 40 some years. Really exciting. I'm really
basketball?
glad to get into it. Yeah, yeah.
Really?
And
This is
I'm
his
giving
first
guys
jiu-jitsu
opportunities that are either in college and want to go to the next level, or in high school going into college and just starting out, and they got some talent. You know, we put them on the team and get them out there.
I can't
Wow.
wait to see you
Thank
on
you for
Ice
doing that.
Cube's Big 3.
You know what? That might be my next project.
Nice.
That
Really?
wouldn't be a bad idea,
Nice.
I
actually.
can see it.
Yes, me too.
Yeah,
It's
Question.
made for it.
that's a
Yes,
great
we
idea.
would
Thank
like
you.
to be
Thank you.
there.
That was a good idea.
You know, there's a shout
I'm
out.
down. I'm down. Okay, I'll remember that. I'll remember
Absolutely.
that. That's a great idea.
What do you know about jiu-jitsu?
You know, I like watching it. I remember when Gracie came out and made it really popular,
Yeah.
and I was watching almost every show that came on. And when Shamrock came out and started wrestling with him, and some of
Yeah.
the things they did, I'm very intrigued by it. I don't know if I could do it, but
course you
I'm
can.
always open to trying something new. So
My door's
maybe that's
open,
my
buddy.
next project. But that's why I'm sponsoring it. That's why
Yeah.
I'm kind of getting into it.
Well, it's in
Yeah.
the same building that you operate in, so come on up anytime.
Okay, you got it. You
And
got it.
thank you again.
Yeah.
My pleasure. My
yeah.
pleasure.
And,
Yeah,
and hats
it's a
off to
pleasure.
you for just being a community guy and taking care of people.
Thank you.
You know, that's
Thank
an
you.
amazing thing. There's not enough people like Alan in the world, so thank you for that.
Mm-hmm.
Again, subscribe to us, like us, free admission, Gym Crashers. Be on the Facebook next week during the show, Wednesday, 8 p.m. And Robert will be checking it out to see who's chatting, so just give us a shout out when you're on there.
There'll be Instagram flyers coming out tomorrow.
Yeah, we have
Nice.
flyers here. We're putting them in every dojo, every training academy, every gym in the area.
Whatever you call your school.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it. And Robert is here at where can they reach you online?
My phone number's
Phone number's on the flyer, but he's at sales@fanbase.com. He's at admin@fanbase.com. What else?
He's on Instagram at gym.crashers.
Pax. What is it? What's your? Oh, Jim.crashers. There you go. Sorry.
Yes.
Sorry.
Or at free admission.
So look
free
him up.
admission media. That's
And
right.
Yeah,
either
FAM,
Robert
right?
or producer JP will be happy to answer any questions you have. But again, Alan Searson and the Searson team, he had the whole team here earlier. They're going to come back and do a photo shoot because these are handsome men.
Thank
Brotherly love. I saw
All
his
your
brother
real
today.
estate needs.
Right? For all those
Yeah.
real estate needs.
You got 3 brothers in the team,
That's amazing to me, you know?
That's really cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
and one distant brother because he's from our old country where our family comes from.
What country is that?
He's from Croatia.
That's
Hey.
a beautiful country.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
I had
it's gorgeous.
friends in Dubrovnik last week. So they
Oh
were
yeah,
like,
Dubrovnik's
it
amazing.
looks amazing,
it's,
yeah.
it's
I
right
went there a
there.
couple
You're right
years
in the
ago.
heart of it.
Yeah. Best
Wow.
pizza I ever had in
From the
Croatia.
motherland, huh?
Even coming from
You're kidding.
I didn't
yeah,
know
we
Croatia
just-
made pizza.
Well, my husband and I went there on our honeymoon. We stopped. We were in Italy. We started in Italy. Obviously, we had a lot of pizza, and maybe it was just the experience that we had. But we were in Dubrovnik for the day, and
Right.
we walked around Old Town, and we did the whole
Nice.
thing. And then we found this cute little restaurant like up one of the stairs because that's where they filmed Game of Thrones, right?
I do know
Uh-huh.
this,
So
yes.
It was like King's Landing. It was in a corner, and it was just
That's
it was
crazy.
honestly one of my favorite meals. It was so good.
I only
Yeah, and it was
learned that
really good
information
pizza.
last week that they filmed there. My friend told me, I went where they filmed Game of
Yeah.
Thrones in Dubrovnik. I'm like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
If you had asked me
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, I
Beautiful
wouldn't have
country.
known.
Yeah, there's Chihuahua and there's Borek, and stuff like that. But pizza, I didn't know that was
Yeah.
a popular
Pretty
item
good.
out there.
That's close to
Split's
Italy.
Very pretty too.
Wow.
Have you been to Split?
Oh, I haven't
like
been
a-
there, but
oh my
I
gosh,
would
looks
love
like
to
a
visit there.
postcard. It's so
Yeah,
beautiful.
Belgrade is where I hung out for a little bit when I was like in 6th grade, so
Yeah.
not a lot of memories from that. And we
And
didn't
it's
have
changed
cell
since
phone
then.
cameras back then, so I don't have digital images to show you. But
Yeah.
I definitely would like to go back and
Yeah.
visit probably this coming year,
Nice.
actually.
Have fun.
Oh, I will.
That's cool. Alan Searson, representing the Searson family and the Searson team.
Thank
we
you.
love it. But thank you so much for that
My pleasure. My pleasure.
involvement and offering
It's an honor.
to
I'm
sponsor a
privileged to
team.
be part of it.
We love it. Go ahead and sign up because we're getting closer and closer to the dates. We got female teams and male teams. 5-on-5, 3-on-3. We're talking about it all right now. So get in touch with JP or Robert.
Get on it.
Get on it. And this should be a wrap then. We
Oh,
have
and NIT?
Yeah. Hey.
That's right.
On it.
That's right, on it, exactly. I will bring, I'd be happy to ask again to have the wonderful Dawna Wonder Woman Gonzales.
I would love to come back sometime.
come back,
Thank you
'cause
for
she-
having
Do you
me.
have social media?
I do.
Yeah, where can people see you?
At lots of places. So personally, I am everything at Wonder Woman DGG. So Wonder
Okay.
Woman Dawna Gonzales. You can follow my
Double
women-
G's.
Yeah. You can follow my women's self defense program at 10PWSD.
Okay.
And of course, there is Mat Therapy Life.
That's it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Follow
Heavy.
all of them. Check them out.
Yeah.
I love it.
Nice.
And then, Alan, where can people find you, buddy?
TheSearsonTeam.com is probably the best way to reach us.
How
Okay.
do you spell that?
TheCirsonTeam.com.
That's
Nice.
right.
Or just
Yeah,
zoom in
boy.
on this.
Cirson. Searson.
Yes.
The Searson team. Check them out. Google it. They're out there. And we're the Gym Crashers, and we appreciate you watching. We'll be back next week, Wednesday at 8 p.m. And please get on that chat line to win your entry.
Yes. See ya.
Bye,
Thank you.
guys.
Bye.